Hey, everybody, this is Nettie with Nonstop News and Edutainment. So, we're going to get right into it. What I want to address today is the elephant in the room, the one that most of the major news organizations will not touch. And I think more and more people need to talk about it. I'm just an average American citizen, wife, and mom. But I find this deeply disturbing. And when I heard about it a few years back, I definitely found it deeply disturbing. But it's come back. They say what's done in the dark will come to the light. It's come back to the light. And for some very interesting reasons, let's just say. So, what am I talking about? What is Nettie talking about today? Okay, what is she talking about today? Let's get into it. I want to talk about, let me pull up picture here. Okay. I want to talk about this dude right here. Yeah. Mr. Ice Cream Man. Yeah. Also known as the name that Hunter Biden uh, gave him, nickname Pedo Pete, in his text messages and on his laptop. Pedo Pete. Here we go. Here's the guy. Here's the guy that the other former presidents the other day, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, were skinning and grinning with, smiling and raising money from all of the elites. This guy, I do not hold this guy in any high regard. In fact, at this point, I think that he's just a elderly old man who is being used by the establishment. And he, has always been a no good POS, in my opinion. So in his elder years, even though he's demented, he still has that sense of uh pompous arrogance. He can't shake it. But this guy right here, no good, no good. Pedo Pete, nicknamed by his son, Hunter. And he's in the news today because of his daughter, Ashley, and her diary. That's right, folks. Her and her diary. Now, before we get into it, folks, I just want to thank you. I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you. I truly do. It's not easy stepping out and saying something that goes against the grain, especially during these times. So, if you would kindly hit the like button, share, and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. Right over here is the Free Thinking Crew. That's what we do here. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to pull it up right here on the screen. As you can see from the headlines, right? From the New York Post, the DOJ demands prison time for Ashley Biden diary thief. Okay. Now, why is this significant? Why is this significant, folks? Because at first, they denied, the Biden administration, the very existence of this diary. All right. Then they went from denial to claiming that the diary was inauthentic, that is just some made up thing, right? To now, they want to give prison time to the person who actually found the diary. Yeah, that's right. So evidently, if you want to give prison time to the person who found the diary, then the diary must be authentic, right? It must actually be Ashley Biden's diary. Now, some folks, let me catch you up. You may not know what Ashley put into that diary as a young person. In that diary is extremely disturbing. And I want all of you moms, especially out there, to really think about this. In the diary, and I'm going to put the word allegedly, all right? But in the diary, Ashley Biden says that her father, which is Joe Biden, took inappropriate showers with her. It's a little girl. He's taking showers with her. And in the diary, she says I'll use the word, I'll say M. You can fill out the rest of the word. He M'd her. This is who we have in the White House, folks. This is who we have in the White House. It's no wonder that on Easter, Resurrection Sunday, that he named the Transgender Day of Visibility. It's no wonder. Joe Biden has been, is, and forever shall be a very evil, disgusting man. When your own son nicknames you Pedo Pete, that should tell you everything you need to know, folks. And then to take it a step further, his own daughter, his flesh and blood, documents that her dad M'd her in the shower. She was afraid to take showers. Now that's disturbing. People get locked up for that, right? Maybe not today because we're in wackadoodle land. But wait, there's more. Just hold tight. So the diary was found in a place or a home that Ashley Biden had stayed in, right? So she stayed in the house. She left her belongings in the house. I don't know what's up with the Biden family that they feel the need to leave their stuff everywhere they go. Hunter, his laptop, Ashley, her diary and other belongings. Joe, not his stuff, but confidential papers that he should not have had as a vice president. So anyway, she left her stuff. A lady by the name of Amy Harris found her stuff and she sold it. She sold it to a news organization. All right. And here they are. I'm just setting it up for the clip, confirming with her that this is confirming with Ashley that this is actually her stuff. Take a listen. All right. Take a listen.
Hi, is this Ashley Biden?
This is she. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I just wanted. So I heard you have a few of my belongings, and so I was going to ask if you could please meet my friend Eric, who is down in Del Rey. If you could meet him and get this up to him.
There's a diary here. It starts in January. It says January at the end of a New York month. I'm sitting on a bed at the I building.
Yeah. So if you could just give everything that you have to Eric, that would be really great.
I don't want to give this to the wrong person. I mean, I want to make sure.
At this point, and I don't mean to. I don't want to have to get Secret Service involved in this, right? Because it's a whole process.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I am Ashley Biden. It is my stuff. So if you could just give all of that over, I would really appreciate it. I know you sent a picture to my husband with a camera and a few other things that are mine as well. So that would be really great. Where is a good place for him to meet you?
There's also this bag with luggage tags on it. And so is that bag, because there's all this stuff, is that bag yours too, Ashley?
Yes, it is.
Okay, folks, so you heard that, right? You heard Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley Biden, confirm that, yeah, that's my stuff. That diary is this is my stuff. All right? And that means that what she wrote in that diary were her words about what Hunter calls his father, Pedo Pete. So if that rings true, then we now have a pedophile in chief. How do you feel about that? Do you have children? Do you have grandchildren? Do you have great-grandchildren? Is this what we're saying is okay in the United States of America today? Is this what we're as the American people, is this what we're okay with? I pray not. Hold on tight. Okay, folks, so the next thing I want to show you is a old clip of Tucker
Two big points to take
talking
away
about this.
Two big points to take away from this. The first is Joe Biden should not be running this country. No one who has run his own family in this way should be in charge of anybody else. His behavior as a father is truly dark, even by modern standards. Biden should explain immediately why he inappropriately showered with his own daughter. He should be asked that at his next press availability. His chief of staff, Ron Klain, who runs the country, should be asked, you work for a man who showered with his own daughter and by her own account distorted the rest of her life because he did. How do you feel about that? And at that point, Joe Biden should resign. And at the very least, spend the rest of his life trying to repair his own children who need it badly. And the second point to make is that Biden is using the FBI as his personal secret police, dispatching them forward to crush and intimidate and prosecute people who get in his way or his family's way. Maybe that's not surprising from a guy who spent his entire life living off taxpayers. He believes he owns the Department of Justice, but he doesn't. And the fact he's behaving as if he does is scary as hell. We cannot let the FBI become enforcers for politicians and their families. If we allow that, it's the end of everything. Harmeet Dillon is managing partner of the Dillon Law Group. She represents Project Veritas in this case. She joins us tonight. Harmeet, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Tucker.
So we spoke about this when it initially happened, but it's ever more clear that Project Veritas and the woman who sold the diary committed no crime, certainly no federal crime, and that Joe Biden is using the FBI as his personal secret police, and no one is saying anything about it.
Absolutely right, Tucker. And when you look at the search warrants that were served on our clients and executed, each of the 4 claims involves the word stolen, possession of stolen property, conspiracy to transport stolen property across state lines, and so on. All stolen, 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 stolen. But guess what? All along, as we said, and now as the press is reporting independently, nothing was stolen in this case. And so that begs the question, how did the FBI get search warrants? How did multiple judges, by the way, sign off on search warrants, not just for the property that they seized, but for months beforehand, emails, 200,000 of them? And the answer is somebody must have lied to a gullible or willing FBI who then passed on those lies to federal judges. Who are those people? almost certainly members of the Biden family and their legal representatives. And so once we finally shut down this abusive investigation, get our property back, and see what was in those search warrants, which, by the way, the ACLU and Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press have filed applications for, then there needs to be a criminal investigation into the lies told to our federal law enforcement and get to the bottom of that. And that is relevant to how the Biden administration is weaponizing the DOJ and how powerful lawyers in New York City were able to call up the DOJ and simply run roughshod over the protections of the First Amendment, the Privacy Protection Act, DOJ regulations, and common law protecting journalists. Tucker, as you pointed out, so what if the property was stolen? From the beginning of this case, the DOJ knows that it is perfectly legal for journalists like James O'Keefe from Project Veritas to run with stolen property and publish it. It's protected by the United States Constitution, the United States Supreme Court. So this should never happen again to any journalist of any political persuasion, Tucker.
No, of course not. And I'm waiting for the first brave reporter to ask the question that must be asked to Joe Biden, which is, why did you shower with your daughter in a way she described as not appropriate, in a way that she believes made her sexually compulsive in later life? Why don't you explain what that means? I think we have a right to know. Harmeet Dillon, I appreciate all the work you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tucker.
Wow. 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 I mean, what can you say about that, free thinking crew? What are your thoughts on Biden showering with his daughter at an inappropriate age and her saying him that he M'd her, and that later on in life it made her basically a sex addict? I find that to be reprehensible for the President of the United States of America to have done such egregious, horrifying acts to a child, to his own child, to his own child. Reprehensible. All right. So I'll end with this. Again, please like, share, comment, subscribe. And I want you guys to check out this next clip. Just hold tight. It's time for everyday average Americans to come from out of the shadows and to express their displeasure, even if nobody wants to hear it, okay? And I admire this man in this clip, and let's just check it out. Looks like they probably were at Easter dinner.
They're recently becoming Republicans now, so.
It's hard. It's literally hard to vote for a Democrat. They're literally pushing transgenderism. They're literally putting pedophiles in third grade classes. And then when you say that again, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what we're talking about here. We're talking about allowing pedophiles to groom children. And when you speak out against that, you're a fucking bigot. That's what your site says on national TV. For one, don't because what? When you vote for a Democrat now, you're a fucking pedophile. That's what I see now. You are voting for pedophile peddlers. What's going on me?
Don't vote for pedophiles, Mom. It's not right.
That's the best.
Mom, you shouldn't vote for pedophiles.
Left gets to say Republicans are racist. I get to call you a pedophile. That's just what it is now.
Don't call Mom a pedophile.
When she votes for him, that makes you one of them.
She's Republican. She's Republican.
You have told me multiple times.
No, I don't. She's Republican. Everybody knows that Democrats are pedophiles.
You either don't want to talk about it, or you say Democrats are some poor. No,
everybody knows that Democrats are pedophiles.
Look at
every Democrat has a box of power.
It's always more government needs control. We need more power. We need more power.
It's facts.
Okay, folks. So you saw that, and I just thought I would pull that up because, hey, we got to start talking about this. For the last few years, people have been sitting in silence, okay? And things have been getting worse and worse and worse. And insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. We have to at least bring the conversation forward, at the very least. In that last clip, you saw how animated and upset the man is. And I can feel his pain. Because what's up is down and what's down is up. We're living in wackadoodle land. We got the pedo in chief, confirmed by his own daughter in her own diary. When is enough enough? I don't care what color you are. It's time out for the identity politics, for voting the same way that our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, our great grandparents did. It's time out for that. It's time to do something different. Because right now, we're living in insanity. Till next time, folks, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being part of the free thinking crew over here, baby. Till next time.